are live! I am realizing this is my catchphrase when I do this. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the peck time is, welcome! Woohoo! I like doing that, I'm not gonna lie. But this is another Toonkind FPS! I am Vwild, and Vwild, always on the bullshit, and I am joined by the wonderful and fantastic, let's go top to bottom.
That's me at the top for a change. Hello, my name is Whis. I am playing two guys. Two very different guys, and yet very similar guys, actually. Little Rye Stagehand and Chifley Forde.
Both whom we love. Hi, I'm Candle. I am also dual wielding today, and I am playing my sisters, Cassie, Trebleclef, and Crystal Everlight, who have no idea what's in store for them.
Oh, Crystal might have some idea.
Her expectations, yes, some, but she's not looking out for the right things.
And I'm here as well, and I'm dual wielding as well. We are all dual wielding our two characters here.
This is the Megaplex.
Indeed. I am playing Detective Lil-Lyn Stagehand and Network-Sweetheart-Nettle at your service. And she's going to cause problems on purpose.
Can't wait.
Oh, fantastic.
But let's dive in, shall we? Because basically how we wanted this is, hi gods, everyone's been through a time. How about we actually have them have a nice time? Just to get together? You know, actually meet people instead of going, this is all happening all of the time, just go!
Yeah, get to know each other, not on a case.
Yes.
Indeed. And I'm presuming it was probably like Rye inviting these people over with the just write a nice letter, have a nice time.
It's not out of the question, because I think, if I'm recalling correctly, and I'm not sure if this is a false memory or not, but Cassie mentioned to Chifley wanting to go and actually meet Lynn.
Yes.
Or it might have been a here is what Cassie is thinking but not saying it out loud thing. I can't remember. But I know that Cassie wanted to meet Lynn. So there's definitely that as a motivator.
Yeah, she wants to meet the detective who's helped rescue her, who she's not met but heard a lot of good things from, like, pretty much everyone else she's talked to about it since then.
Including one nice monologue from Craigery. Yes, I have listened to that game. Yes, I'm soft.
She only happens to have run into both Lynn's son and boyfriend. Like,
I still find it hilarious because Lynn has not realised that's her boyfriend yet.
Oh god, that gives me like a terrible idea. Thank you for that.
Surprise tool that will help us later.
Yep.
She's gonna figure it out eventually. Just hasn't realised she's got romantic interest yet.
Bless.
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna say that probably what's happened is Rye, who's been keeping in regular letter contact with Crystal anyway, has sent a letter saying that he and Lynn are having a no cases day, like a weekend sort of day, but are always happy to have non-case related visitors on a no cases day. And Crystal has read this in the vicinity of Cassie and or Chifley, and they've gone, aha, okay, probably Cassie. I'd say it was probably Cassie. And Chifley's gone, I'm on security detail, because that's just what he's like at the moment.
Valid. He is so valid. I'm just imagining, like, the Cassie overhears Crystal reading out the letter and is just like, oh, I want to go, gives the puppy dog eyes, and then Crystal's just like, alright, fine. And then Cassie turns to Chifley to give him the puppy dog eyes and he's already at the door.
Can I argue with that? No. Let's just go.
Marvellous, we love to see it. Oh god. Although we do all know what happens when you go to Halloween Town. When you guys arrive, you will have to roll survival because Kara has every time looked at people and gone, target.
Yes. All right, let's see how you do, Chifley, my boy.
Survival. I don't know if I've rolled survival for these two. This will be interesting.
I'm presuming that's bad. I'm presuming it's gone bad.
Oh, that's
That
not
was
a great
a-
start.
Natural 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my rolls in. Give me a moment.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
Kara has done the anime flash eyes at this twink and is like, nah.
That doesn't seem to have calculated, but I got a 6 and a 16. Crystal's was the 6 and Cassie's was the 16.
Can I just say the mental image I had of the titty window twink has been targeted.
Cassie has to lead them by the hand, especially Chifley, because the second you let go of either of them, they're lost. They're 3 streets deep lost.
I just love this idea of Crystal being like, I've got this, I've been here before, walks and immediately comes around in a circle. It's just like,
wait, what?
What? Then Cassie
Amazing.
probably asks the town politely, please, we would like to get to the Stagehand's Requiem.
Yeah, that's probably something that's been in one of Rye's letters at some stages. Like, if you're in Halloween Town and you get lost, just ask nicely. I promise it helps.
It helps the majority of the time. It has not saved everyone.
No. It's not going to save Chifley if he was left unattended. He would be lost for days.
Oh my god.
Crystal too, probably with that role. Not quite as long as Chifley, but still a long time.
You'd have to send a buddy plane out and just someone come and be tribute.
The building I am next to looks like this. I am not moving, come get me.
God almighty. On the plus side, eventually you are going to find your way to the Requiem. I do ask on this one, because I forget, has Rye given a business card to Cassie or Crystal?
Rye has given a business card with a capital B to both of them. The only one of the party that doesn't have one is Chifley.
Because I know that Lynn would have only given decoy cards to these guys because she doesn't know them. And so I was just checking on that front, because the normal thing is, have they got a normal business card and have they got a sketch on the wall?
Yeah. I don't think Rye's put either of them on the wall yet. It's on his to-do list. But he has given them both business cards.
Fantastic. So on the plus side, they'll be able to get to the door and Network will recognize them, but the door is not going to immediately open. Rye's going to be able to do the come to the door.
Yeah, I mean, valid.
Yep.
In this house, we appreciate the rights of stranger danger and not just inviting anyone in.
Yeah, we've been there, done that.
Yeah. Also, that does kind of remind me, if you want, Network could roll an Arcana if they would like.
Yes, she would like to. That is okay, that's kind of high. I'm just going to check what your modifier is. It's a +1. You are a sentient house, and yet magic baffles you. However, that's a 17.
Yeah.
Hey, look, to be fair, I am a sentient human, and the workings of my body baffles me too, so...
Fair point. Also, it seems as though, Dice Pass or whatever seems to have stopped working today.
Oh, don't tell me it's not working again. It was doing this the other day, actually. I don't know.
Because I'm just I'm noticing the amount of us writing stuff in. You know what? I'm going to do a D2 and see if it...
No,
Nope,
he's broken.
dead.
Well,
It's
good
dead.
thing we have physical dice.
Yes.
Yes.
And calculators.
Otherwise we'd be a bit picked. But yes, what does Network See?
Well, that is high enough to get Network would recognize that there is familiar magic coming from Cassie.
Mm.
This is a house, so it hasn't got eyes, but there is the kind of mental image of Network inside just doing a blink, blink. Let's bring a strange person outside!
It's also very cold at the door. Like, Halloween Town is naturally this stable, autumnal kind of temperature, but, like, just on the front step, it's like winter almost. Like, not quite enough to snow, because he's not in a bad mood, but it's cold.
Network mentally. There is person that she wants to have soup because you are very, very cold and you deserve to have warmth. There is strange one. There is strange one, and then there is who's the third one? Ooh. Ooh.
Shiny one. Who Network might recognize has been here before, but they would have been distracted at the time because Warmthbringer was out at the time on a case.
Warmthbringer was out on time on a case and couldn't be contacted and couldn't be felt.
Yeah, completely disconnected, so, yeah.
I admit it is probably a very different reaction to everything. Especially as just like, last time Crystal was here, stuff was getting thrown about in a small angry tornado.
Tantrum Town. So, who's knocking on the door?
I mean, if no one else, if Chifley
I would say-
or even Crystal don't do it, Cassie will.
Okay. Alright. Cassie's gonna go up and knock. Chifley is keeping a polite distance, I guess, because he's never been here before. But there is I'm gonna say there's a bit of a moment before someone answers the door, because normally Network will let them know what's going on or open the door or whatever, and Rye's just sort of waiting, going, are you gonna let them in? No? Okay, I'll go see who it is, I guess.
Yes, there is the very distinctive no. Because you get to be the polite boy. Meanwhile, Network is just the thing with someone having Lynn's magical energy is very much like a toddler having someone with their mum's perfume. It's just like, you're kind of like mum, but you're not, and I don't know how to react, so I'm just going to not.
Yep, fair enough. I'm just gonna check. Network, not dangerous, no hostilities or anything, right?
No. I need soup.
Need soup. Oh, okay, that's a new one. Let's see. And he's gonna open the door a crack and look out. Oh, it's Miss Cassie and Miss Crystal and Mr. Forde. Hello.
Crystal's
He's gonna fling the door open.
Hi, Rye. And Cassie's just gonna give a small wave.
You came to visit on no case day. That's so nice. Come in. It is not for a case, right? Because it's no case day.
No, it was actually Cassie's idea to visit. She wanted to meet your mum.
Oh, well, she's here. Come in. Mom!
Just a second, I'm making tea! That's a case! We're not in!
It's not a case! Social call!
Oh, great! What is it? Is it Gregory?
Nope.
And Lynn is just making her way in, just balancing a tea tray in her hands. It's like full on using her arms and everything. She's happy.
We need 3 cups! For 3 guests, I mean.
More cups!
Yep, more cups.
More cups! Sweetheart, you're not allowed to help!
Yeah, you should all come in. We're gonna have to get more cups. And he's gonna stand aside and let the party in.
I think Crystal is gonna just quickly, did you need any help with the cups sort of thing, while Cassie's babbling a little bit about, I've never been to Halloween Town before, it was really cool, but we kind of got a little bit lost, and does the town, like, turn around by itself? Had to ask politely to come to the door, and we almost lost Chifley a couple of times, and Crystal was getting very exasperated because it wasn't the way she came last time, and just running commentary.
There were a lot of questions there, Miss Cassie. No, Mom's got it. Sometimes Network just likes to hide the cups because some of them are really pretty. Halloween Town's cool, isn't it? Yes, it is kind of alive, and yeah, Kara does like to do that. But that's why I said in my letter, you just have to ask nicely. It's nice to see you all again. Here, come this way. The couch is over here.
And he's gonna lead them through the house to where there is a comfortable couch.
It is a very comfortable couch. And a big couch. Lots of people can be on it. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
If Chifley and Crystal are going to sit down first, I think Cassie's going to try and bounce them.
Rye is really at this point hoping that he can get them to the couch while Network is distracted with mugs, because he knows what happens when you walk in the door the first time.
Yes. Can the three roll perception, please? The newcomers.
Oh, fantastic.
Chifley, why are you being so shit?
What? Your perception went, oh no, that's right, I put your skill into that because you were terrible at it before. So I was trying to figure out why Crystal's perception went up so much from last time I'd looked at it, and it's like, that makes sense because of all the things she's missed recently. Oh
Can I just say, the line, Chifley, why are you so shit, is sending me.
He's not rolling very well. His mods for all this sort of stuff, fine, but that was an 8 on the dice. Not good. It's not awful, but it ain't good.
The others did all right. That's Crystal followed by Cassie, which is a 25 and a 22.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'm gonna go lowest to highest on this. Just Chifley. Yeah, nice house. Really nice gold walls. Really comfy chair. You do notice spontaneously that just between looking around and then just getting comfortable, there are more pillows around you. Spontaneously. You don't quite know how this happened. No one put them there.
It's like they're appearing when they're out of shot. What?
Exactly. You get the feeling that that's going to keep happening. Just the Network is just going, you're cold. You're still cold. Still cold. Still cold! Rye is absolutely here the exasperated cold one, still cold!
I'm gonna roll a perception for Rye. Oh, that's not great. What's your perception?
What's going on? While that's
oh
going
my god. So it's only 11 from Rye. Neither of the boys really noticed straight away. And I think Rhino doesn't even notice. Like, Chifley is just at one point, he's looking over at Rye, and then there's these pillows and blankets sort of draped over his head, and he just sort of pushes them away, and then he looks in the other direction, and it's coming from the other side. And he's like, what is going on? And he's just sort of almost having to dig himself out of a pile.
Meanwhile, let's see. Cassie, you can tell what's going on over there. Like, you can see, as well as just, this is a very nice house. It's very warm. The walls have actually got slightly more gold in the time that you guys have been here. And there is like a soft breeze around you. It is absolutely just like, you do keep on feeling it poke at your wings just slightly.
Yeah, actually, that would make sense because I think every time the breeze flows, her wings do that little flutter like thing, like catching them a little bit, and so she's like feeling it every time it happens.
That is definitely encouraging Network to do it more. And for Crystal, that's a nat 20. Yeah. You're noticing all of these bits and that there's a soft hum in the air that is probably the pipes. But also that the lighting in the room seems to be changing, as though, like, you look up, there is no actual light, as in there is no overhead light. Yet where the light is coming from keeps on changing different points in the room, and it is making the stained glass just shift slightly of your person. Just there is just that influence of ooh. Oh,
I love this. She's pestering all three of them at the same time.
she is.
Yeah, I think Crystal
And
is
still,
sort of...
and you can still.
Oh, no, you finish.
There you go. And you can also still hear upstairs. Network. No, that's my mug. It's my mug.
I think Crystal has put together. I mean, magic is what she studies, so I'm sure she's come across the term genus loci before, even if she's never met one before. So I think it's not too hard for her to put together that, especially given last time she was here. So I think she is actively trying to be more observant of the house and how it's moving and shifting and stuff. And then she catches on to what Network is doing with throwing the colors through her, and there's just this little slight narrowing of her eyes before there's just a sigh because all right.
Gods almighty. Eventually the chaos around everyone all of the time is gonna slowly wind down, mainly probably because Network's mum is coming down the stairs and can now see it all.
You know what? I'm going to do something really funny just before that happens. I'm going to see how badly this goes. Hold on. Okay.
Oh boy.
So I just rolled an 8 on a strength save. I'd like to think that Network has piled a lot of blankets and pillows around Chifley and then has just yeeted a weighted blanket rated for someone with far more mass than Chifley, and now he's just boof.
Yes. There are some kept there for when people come in who are stressed. Like, Lynn's got stuff for people who are like Goliaths and Furbolgs in here. It's just very much the cold one's still cold!
It's just this little hand sticking out going, I'm dying.
And Lynn, who is just coming down the stairs with a tray, just looks, blinks, and then just goes, Network-Sweetheart-Nettle, stop drowning the poor picnic. I know. Then we feed him soup. Don't drown him.
Oh dear. Hold on, Mr. Forde, I'm coming.
Rye's gonna come and help.
Yeah, I think Cassie had there was a burst of laughter from Cassie before she's come over to help too, and this'll be fun.
Rye got a 15 on his strength, so he can still move the weighted blanket.
Alright, that's good because I got a 5.
I'd like to say as part of it, it's you've got up to go rescue your family member, and Network's just slightly lifted you in the air because it's just wings.
Yeah, it
Wings
probably
moving.
doesn't help that she does hover a little bit before she drops when she's lifted up.
I'm going to roll a whiz save, so Network will remember this. That was. She's got a high modifier. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she has a very high modifier for this. That was an 11. Network as the toddler of the genius loci world is fascinated. She loves those wings. She wants to keep making her hover. Won't, because Mum's here right now. But in a minute.
Fantastic. I think Crystal is staying put because she doesn't think she's going to be very much help at the moment, and there's already 2 others helping Chifley out.
Chifley's going to be unearthed from all the blankets and just do that little, that anime sigh that's kind of like a mushroom shape. He just does one of those as he sits up.
Well, good to meet everyone that's here. I apologize for the warm welcome, shall we say.
It was heavier than I was expecting.
Yes. We pride ourselves on our enthusiasm in this household. And our tea. And she just holds up the tray that she's got in her hands.
I'm going to roll a hammer space for Chifley. Where's my D10? There's my D10, yes. And it's not a 1. Chifley pulls out a different set of gloves and changes his gloves before taking the tea.
I think Crystal has gotten up to grab some, like a couple of mugs, to pass them to the people on the couch. Yes, thank you for having us. I know it was kind of short notice. Yeah. By the way, Cassie is not getting up from the couch. She looks a little bit shy. She might be hiding slightly behind Chifley at the moment.
Fair enough.
Ah, bless. Don't worry about it. We pride ourselves on spontaneity in this place. You didn't kick in my door, so honestly, you're better than a majority of the people who come into this place.
And I did tell you we were having an okay stay and you were welcome to visit.
I suppose that's
okay,
true.
I'm kicking here and out.
Why would we kick
Definitely
down the
okay.
door? Like that baffles Crystal.
You'd be surprised. Lots of people do it.
Indeed. Normally it's followed by a Lynn holy fuck or a Lynn holy peck or just a high picnics. You'd be surprised it happens so much. Apparently it's an entire trope.
Ah, right. Ah. Just the Crystal is thinking about some of the people she knows who do that and is just like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Grunkle Tort normally comes in that way.
Yes, we have got to get him around at some point. We haven't had him over to Halloween Town yet. Some stage, he's going to come in and he's going to kick in the door like that, and it's going to be great. But we have got guests in the present. It is wonderful to see you all again. I have not been properly introduced to you though, have I? And she's doing it's the nice point. It isn't the I'm singling you out sort of thing, but she is pointing just like at Cassie.
There's like she doesn't like she's not scared, so she doesn't like shrink back under the point, but just kind of that little bit of a bashful like she's been wanting to meet Lynn a lot, and now she's here and she's just like, oh god, what do I say, what do I do? So there's just a little hi, I'm Cassie. You rescued me not too long ago, and I wanted to say thank you.
You do not have to roll insight. There is a soft look on Lynn's face of just it's the kind of expression that is meant to put people at ease. Just well then. It is an honor to meet you now, Cassie, and I could hardly forget quite that case. I'm glad to see you well.
Yeah, well, it definitely left an impact on me. But, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about you. Rai says, you're, like, really incredible and that he learnt so much from you to be a detective. And Gregory also says that you're, like, a really fantastic partner. And I can tell that he really really likes you, and I've heard some just really cool things. Is it true that you uh that you like kicked down the door of the place and uh she's just sort of like and threw a guy through a window?
That I peckin' did. Oh, that was pretty peckin' awesome, I'm not gonna lie. You know, light out some iron bands, kick down some doors, throw a mother pecker through an entire window, that was great.
If I
yeah.
might interject, I believe that the door was my doing.
Yep. I've broken down other doors, but yes, and that was actually quite impressive on that one. That was some fine skill.
Chifley he's pulling a very, very odd face. You can roll inside on him if you want.
Jesus Christ! Okay.
Rye rolled a nat 1, so Rye's got no idea. Oh.
Oh, well, that's it's not great. Oh, okay. Well, that's not great either. Just check what my yeah, that's what I thought.
Four and a 5. Okay. Well, Ryan got a nat 1, so he's got no idea. He doesn't know how to read this guy. The girls, he's not upset. They can get that with a 4 and a 5. It's not an upset expression. Lynn, nat 20, going hard. Chifley is equal parts appreciative of the praise, a little disappointed in himself that it took him so long to blow down the bloody door, and then there's also a sprinkling of sort of this determination that it's not going to happen again.
Bless him on that front. Yes.
He's been in protect mode.
Ouch. Yeah, you were peckin' remarkable on that case. I gotta admit, that was like truly fantastic. I'm grateful that hopefully it's never gonna have to happen again, but yeah, if you ever want to spar or something, I gotta admit, magic is intriguing.
I haven't sparred before.
Oh.
Things keep happening, and that's where I get most of my practice.
Trial by hard knocks. I get that.
Sparring's fun.
Oh, that it is. That it is. And it can be good to exercise in, non-life or death or get picked experiences. Offers open.
It's really funny. When Mom and our friend March, they were sparring, and I got them all wet, and then Hugh used lightning, and Mom puffed up with all the static. It was the funniest thing ever.
Oh, you bring that up. You mock your mother. You mock your mother. Come here. And she is slinging an arm around you and giving you the head ruffles.
What? It was funny. Stop it.
No, you gotta get ruffled. You gotta get ruffled. I don't make the rules. This is one of the rules. You mock your mother, you get head ruffled. You little picnic.
I haven't done any sparring before, but I've played Splotspall and that was pretty fun.
Oh, pick and heck, yes, Splorts. Oh, that's great. One of our found family, Teal, he plays sports as well.
You know what? I had this conversation with him the last time we were hanging out.
It just apparently you knew a lot of people in the game I was in.
Yeah, I mean, there was you, and there was March, and there was Teal, and there was Tiffy.
Yeah, we didn't want Tiffy in that. Tiffy just did it.
Tiffy does what Tiffy will do.
Yes. And we nearly got in trouble with both. I promised Bo I'd go, hey, I'll look after the kids. We'll take them to sports. And then I had to address the fact of, yeah, kid did the sports.
Crystal is making prayer hands right now, like,
I kid you not, Lynn is also doing the prayer hands right now. Lynn has stopped head ruffling to do the prayer hands of,
though
I could
that
have
was
died.
just a history. Oh my god, Crystal, you did not have to roll that high.
Oh my god, 26, nice.
She recognized the name Bo from the first case that where she met Rai at the aberration investigator.
Oh yes! And she did sick skateboard tricks. And agreed with Rye that school was stupid.
Yeah, so I think Crystal goes, "Oh, Bo, that was the UPA witch that on the case in Billstown, correct?"
Oh yeah, that's Miss Bo.
Huh. I did not realize
Yes,
she had a kid.
Deputy Bouquet does. Yeah, she does. Fostering system, it's absolutely fantastic. The Tiffy is the pecking best little toot ever. And as we're saying this, there is even from the background just a toot toot from Network.
Oh, Mom.
Yes, right, my wonderful sweetheart child.
Okay, so Miss Cassie told me this before. So you know how you call Teal lava dork, right? Right?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Rye is going to do Will Smith hands.
Cassie, guess whose fault that was?
Cassie is currently blushing and covering her face, but she is smiling.
Lynn's full on slapped her knee. All right, new favorite in the room. I like you.
Oh, dang, Network, we've been replaced.
Oh no! No, sweetheart, I'm sorry. You're always my number one.
Yeah, I think she continues. I wasn't trying to get him pushed in the lava. He was on my team. I was trying to stop March because he was going so fast. And well, perks of having wings when no one else can. It's not cheating. There's nothing in the rules against it.
Exactly. Oh, that's great. Oh, I am going to remember this for centuries. I am high-key amused. You have amused me. You have amused the detective. Look at me. I'm fluffing. Oh, holy heck. I'm going to bring this up next time I see Teal. It's next time I foil one of his heists. It's going to be great. Oh my golly, and she like full on wipes the side of her face just where she was giggling so much there was just holy heck. But you know Teal, you know March. Holy pick, we got a lot of connections in common. And you've already said Craigery.
Yeah, Craigery and we helped out Rock with the date, and then with finding his date, and then fighting his date. Yeah, that was not a very good time.
Sounds like a pretty bad date.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was not nice at all.
Well then, glad you kicked her to the curb, eh?
Sounds about par for the ones I've had.
Oh? You have activated the gossip.
Chifley is not going to elaborate.
No gossip.
Okay, I have to.
He's just made that remark and is just having a sip of his tea.
Aww. That was puppy dog eyes
are we gonna
from
be able
Cassie.
to get
But I don't think that works.
Oh, I'll do him a whiz save. Why not? Oh wait, hang on. Okay, yes. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, nah. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alas.
Alas and alack.
Cassie
Puppy
didn't.
eyes have failed.
Yeah, Cassie didn't know Chifley had been on a date and is very excited to hear more, but her persuasion is not doing very well. Crystal does not care. Other people standing lives of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her dating's a strange business. But yes, let's see. Yeah, Gregory did mention that case to me at one stage. It was. Yeah, we ended up having tea afterwards when we were talking about it. That was nice. That was nice. But let's see. Well, wait. I should learn how to small talk more. I should really learn how to small talk more. We have got people in our home, and honestly, it's strange. We normally have a lot more chaos going on, or something happening.
It's no case day. That's the rules, Mom.
Yes, fair point. It's we've got no cases. Our chaos has been distributed elsewhere. Probably to Hattie. Hattie's having a nice time today.
Oh yeah, I was going to roll something for him, wasn't I? Later. I'll do it later.
Should I roll another history for Crystal?
Do it.
I mean, okay, that's a 12, which, considering her modifier is a +8, means that she didn't roll very well, but that's still a 12.
I think it would just takes a little bit for the fact that she knows Hattie's last name is Stagehand, and the fact that Lynn said Hattie. I think that those two things will just sort of percolate from opposite sides of the flow chart and then rearrange at the bottom after a minute.
You know what? She's probably taking a sip of tea, and then just the last time they met comes up, and she just does a spit take as she puts it together.
She's just drinking the tea, and there's just that thought bubble that slowly forms as she's sipping. It's like, and then this picture of Hattie says, "It's made of dead people."
So she just spits and sputters a little bit, and just like, Hattie, as in little Hattie Stagehand.
Yep.
Kiddo's uncle, my cousin.
Did you know he? Please tell me this tea is not made of dead people.
Now it's Chifley's turn to do a whiz save for that. Oh, that's disappointing, Chifley. Why are you rolling good now?
Well, Cassie didn't.
Can I just say, you're looking at Lynn, and the absent little silence there was fully intentional.
Yeah, Cassie also choked on her tea a little bit.
Okay, Chifley has just put his tea down and has not reacted in any way apart from doing that. Rye got the 15, and he's just sort of, he's keeping it together. He's just keeping it together. But you can see he's sort of playing with his fingers a little bit. And he's deliberately not saying anything.
Lynn is just looking you dead in the eye. There is no words, and then there's just a maybe.
Now I'm going to roll Chifley in nature.
Crystal does not look amused, but Cassie's just like, this tea is made of dead people?
It's an interesting process. I promise it's not as bad as it sounds. We just love calling it that. 14. With a 14, Chifley, you can damn tell you can't turn a person into tea. You can use blood and you can use ink in like ink or lifeblood to make cake. You can't use it to make tea.
Yeah.
But there is something else going on here.
I think Chifley will just take a minute to process each of these things one at a time, and then pick his teacup back up and just give it a nice little swirl. And goes, it does still need to have plants in it.
Indeed. It's made out of the how do you correctly put it? It's a floral thing. It's when you take the flowers and that sort of stuff from a grave. It's completely ethical, completely all sorted. It's actually an incredible process. I want to learn how to do it at some stage. It's made by a grave cleric of ours that we know, our Spooky.
He lets me help look after the tea plants sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's a pick, an incredible thing.
Well, that is definitely a lot more logical than made from dead people, though given what I know of Hattie, even if it is very little, I am not surprised that he didn't bother to explain that.
Oh, we don't explain it to anyone, trust me. His reaction was great in the first place.
You probably heard the racket that Annie Mao made when we did it to her.
Mm-hmm. It's if you ever heard when you were in Toontown the absolute bagpipe yowling screech, it can be heard several blocks away. You probably heard it at least once. It's great. She's vocal.
It's just Crystal raises an eyebrow and is, yes, all you stagehands seem to be pretty vocal.
That we are! And there is full on the hands on hips at that.
Rai is going to copy her pose. Like, just straight up.
We are picking loud, we are picking proud, and we pick and swear our asses off. Pop of Growlix. There is a few pops of Growlix around her as well at that.
Yep, Rai's doing that too.
Crystal is gonna take a sip of her tea so that she doesn't make a comment about language.
God's bless, we love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. But just, yeah, I think there is a little more just, like, happy conversation. Crystal, could you make me another perception check, please?
Fantastic. Yes, I shall. Oh, wow, okay, you're on point with the perceptions today. That was a dirty 20.
Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it. So, as all this is going on, Crystal, everything's blending down again. You just happen to look around at one point. There is a lamp off to one side that wasn't there before. And it switches on, and then it switches off. And you notice, like, as you're now looking, there are different light sources now that are slowly being scattered around the room and just switched on, switched off, and several of them switched on and then switched off. No one is controlling the light switches, Crystal. Everyone in this room is here.
I think she's gonna turn to Lynn and, what did you say that, your, genus locai's name was?
Oh, I hadn't actually said that I had a genius loci, but Network-Sweetheart-Nettle.
Thank you.
Hi.
Network, I can see what you're doing. You're not being subtle.
Network, is that my desk lamp? Why is it downstairs?
Network, that's also my lamp. And the other lamp. And the backup sweetheart. And the hum that vibrates through the house is butter would not melt in her mouth. Except you all have absolutely seen through it, and this is a toddler. I kid you not. Out of the two of them, there is the deception is definitely Lynn's forte, because that was a 2 + 4.
I'm just imagining, like, you know, the thing where toons just, like, have the halos appear above their heads when they're trying to act innocent, except just brightens all the lamps in the room at the same time.
Yes,
I mean,
that
they
is exactly it.
could be a halo as well, but it's on the outside. So anyone looking at Network from the outside is like, why does that house have a halo? What's going on?
And Lynn is just, you know when you've got your hand in the, like, pinched on the bridge of your nose, is just, Lynn's just there going, okay. Network, do you want to come say hi? Or are you just going to... And there is another hum. And Rye, you can pick it up as well as Lynn. And it's just, sparkly time? Sparkly time? You can come and say hi to the sparkly person if you like. Come on.
Oh, you'll like this. This is cool.
And I'm gonna say, what are your passives? The Chif and the two sisters.
Let's see.
Chif's is 15.
14 and 15. 15 for Crystal, 14 for Cassie.
Oh, no, I tell a lie, it's 14. I was looking at Rye's sheet. 14.
Right, that is enough of just over. There is the nice sofa, and then just a bit further over there is an offering table, which is a really nice little table against a wall with all the different sketches of people. And it's got this nice egg on it, like a very nice egg that's in Rye's colours, and a few other things like a little cup and all those sorts of things, and a little wooden doll off to one side. And there is an exact moment of Network being told she can come out, and there is a happy little tornado. That wall lights up a bit, and then there is a 1 foot tall little golden monkey in a little, like, pinkish red tutu and red jacket, who is just bolting up with these bright white eyes that take up half her face, just going, shiny!
Who is she running up to?
Oh boy.
And yeah, it is full on the yell of a very happy child. Like you've been watching all this stuff go on around you guys, and it is very clear. Oh, that baby.
Oh. Cassie looks like just the covering the bottom of her face, just like, oh my god, that is so cute, and just like will wave with a hi. And Crystal actually looks like startled, and then just, I've never heard of a genus loci that could do that.
It was this is sort of a gift from a friend of ours. He made a ambulata form. Anyway, Network, you gonna come? And Lynn doesn't get to finish that as Network, who saw Cassie waving, and you know when little kids, they wave and their entire body moves with the force of their little arm going up and down. Network did that and then went, wait, I can interact, and has run over. Just little stubby legs, just dump, 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 dump. And she is there, hands braced against the sofa, just going, "Hi, pretty ones so shiny! Pretty wings so shiny! Hi! Hello! Shiny!"
Cassie's gonna sit on the floor next to her and just hi, and then just like sort of like flick her wings up and down, so that they like catch the light.
My goodness.
The noise that Network makes is the happiest noise ever.
Chifley's just sort of put a hand to his chin as he's looking at Network, and he's just going, "We need to not ever let Missy see you, or you'd never get away from her."
Oh, new friend? Hello, new person. so cold. Need soup. Need soup. I'm throwing up. Get soup. You will get soup for this is Chifley. His name's Chifley, all right? Chifley's so cold. Get soup. You will get him soup later. I promise. You drowned the man. We're gonna give him soup. I promise. Soup.
That's quite all right. Thank you, Network.
She is gonna reach around Cassie, which takes a lot of influence because otherwise she would start clinging to the wing and just pat your knee. Just you get soup. Do not resist.
There is this quote from Cassie. She's not even trying to hide it. She finds this endlessly hilarious.
I taught you too well. I taught you too well. Please forgive her. She's hyper. I think. How much energy have you had recently, Network? Strange question. And she's going back to flapping her arms like wings.
Oh. Oh. I think I need to roll something for Cassie, see if she will make this decision or not. Yeah, okay, she's decided to go for it. That was a 20 wisdom, because I didn't actually know what else to roll for cute idea. I mean, maybe it's going the wrong way, but I think it'll be funny. So she's gonna ask Network, do you wanna go flying?
Her entire body is literally vibrating and she is glowing. You might have to slightly shield your eyes. This child is glowing.
Aw.
There is while she's not in her main form, there is a very soft half tornado forming around her.
Oh, cute. Yeah,
And
well,
she does just stop. She does just stop for one moment, just like put a hand on you, and then just turns to Crystal and going, "Be with you in a minute, 1 minute," and then just turns back.
oh, fantastic. Alright, I need to roll a dex. I think Cassie will open up her arms to, so that Network can, jump in there. She's still kneeling, so it's not, much, but I need to roll a dex to see how well she does at flying today, because her wings are still not back to normal yet.
You have a D6 of bardic inspiration from Lynn, who is enabling this.
Okay, that's good. That's alright, so that is a 10 plus 3, so that's a 13, and I'll roll the d6. Alright, that's a 2, so that's a 15 in total. So it's maybe not the most graceful to get up, it takes a little bit more, but then she's in the air and just sort of fluttering up towards the rafters, does a couple of twirls, and then and a few loop-de-loops, and then we'll land again.
I think while they're up there, Rye's just gonna sort of lean towards Crystal and Chifley while they're up there.
Not as though she couldn't do that by herself, though.
Let her have her fun. And this is Lynn's just cupped her hand over her face. It's just yeah, do you want everyone in the house to go airborne, my son?
Hey, look, I enjoy it. So, hey, maybe Network could be part of the aviation club. That could be cool.
Oh, that would actually be rather cool. Although, do you really want Network out there being her extreme hyper? Actually, she'd love it. We'll have to figure something out on that front.
Rye is just doing prayer hands and looking straight at Lynn.
Yes, I would like that, Mom.
All right, you know what? Fine. Next time you do it, you can take your sibling with you.
Yes,
God,
that'd be awesome.
so cute.
Meanwhile, while all of this is going on, there is the most happy, hummed, giggling of delight. Network is having the best day ever!
I think Cassie's joining her with the giggling. It's been a while since she's done something quite this silly.
There is just every now and then commentary of fly so high, whoosh! Fly so high, spin, spin, spin! Look, 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 look.
Yeah. She will be like when Network gives instructions, she will like follow up with it. So like spin, she'll do a spin, she'll do another spin, loop de loop, she'll do another loop de loop. But eventually she's gonna get a bit tired and is gonna have to land.
There is just the most content humming. You are like you picked her up. You are getting a hug. It is great. It is warm. Like this child is warm. It is
Aw.
great, and she doesn't have a mouth, but you can just tell she is grinning so wide. This is going to be something she treasures forever.
Oh, it's so cute.
Thank you, Cassie. So spinny. Very good. Very good.
Just you get a little pat.
It was fun.
Hey, Nettle.
Yes. Little right brother of mine. Yes.
Do you want to be in the aviation club?
Yes.
And Cassie, I'm sorry, she's slightly scrambling out of your hold in this child's object permanence is a bit pecked, and she's just running over to Rai to tackle his leg.
Okay, where's my dice? Let's do a strength save.
That's fine. I think Cassie has sat down on the couch with a bit of a flop.
I love having negatives in strength.
What did he get? What did he get? 0.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I mean,
you
it
have the
wasn't a
kneecaps.
natural one.
A 2 actually, because Ryan's got a -2.
I love the idea of just the shot being upper body, so there is Rai, Lynn, Chifley, and Crystal in the background, and then Rai is suddenly kneecapped off screen.
Yep, just straight flat on his back.
Oof. Okay. Yep. Cool. You're in. Please.
Love you, Oathbringer. Love you, brother of mine. Thank you.
And we've lost her. We've lost her.
By the way,
My son has been out.
I just want to say you guys are welcome to roll an insight if you'd like on Cassie.
Sure.
Is insight 17 plus 5.
Hmm.
No,
14,
actually, on the
18,
wrong sheet. That is a
22.
17 plus 6. And a
That's
nat
good.
1 from Network. Network is busy.
Yeah, I'll roll one for Rye too, but what's your insight now? Oh yeah. That's 16.
Alright, so Lynn and Chifley will both get this, but Rye's not going to, because that second roll was a deception. The first one was a con, and the second one was a deception. Like, Cassie is actually kind of tired after doing that, and she's sort of flopped onto the couch, but she's trying not to let it show that she's still, that took a lot of energy out of her.
Just let me get my spell list. Do.
Just let me get my spell list as well. I think we both have the same thing in mind, and I told that softly. You go first.
Yeah, I think the funny thing about the healing word spell is that it does not really have to be a word or anything. It just says verbal component, but that doesn't actually mean specifically words, I guess. So Chifley's just gonna give Cassie a little pat on the shoulder and a small little a little huff of a laugh. And I'm just gonna roll him a what do you call it for a healing word? 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. That's not very much.
I mean, she didn't take any damage. She's just a little exhausted.
Yeah, then that's not the point. Also, I learned
The
a
point.
thing. I
Oh?
learned a thing, and I'm not sure if anyone else realizes this, but when it says spellcasting ability modifier, it doesn't mean the little number over there. It means the modifier for the ability you use to cast. So for Chifley, it's his wisdom modifier, which is less good.
Oh.
Yeah, I learned this because there's a spellcasting modifier and a spellcasting ability modifier. Because that's not confusing at all.
It's not at all.
No. So, because it's his ability modifier, that makes that 5. There is our fun fact for the day that I learnt so the other week.
That's
God's
really
bless.
cool.
We have spent the majority of our entire lives in D&D going with the big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna opt to keep it, seeing as everyone, literally everyone I know, up to including like the mighty DMs. You can't see it, but I'm putting my hands towards the sky here. The mighty DMs use the big number. We shall like the big number, please. We don't want our
Yeah.
characters to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, healing word does 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So if it's just your spellcasting modifier, then that would have been a 17.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, no, I beg your pardon. That's the DC. It would have been a 9. 17 is a bit much.
Yeah.
Chifley's not that high a
yeah.
level. 9
Fair
is still a
enough.
lot, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So hey, handshake on Lynn and Chif, same modifier on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Just Lynn does just also just like nudge her way over around, her children on the floor. Right, I'm sorry, you're not going to be allowed up for a minute. Your chest is going to get slightly squishied by your very enthusiastic little sibling.
That's okay. He's running decoy for a little bit so Lynn can talk to the cousins.
God's bless. Just there is a shoulder pat from Lynn. And she just goes, "Thank you for that. That was she likes company. You did great." And she's casting Cure Wounds while she's doing it.
Mm.
We can have Stealth Monkey as a treat.
Oh.
And that is a D6. That is 6.
Wow.
And unfortunately, Dice Passer thing is still. When will our Dice Passer come back from the war?
I think it's
That's still a
broken because they've
15.
changed how bots work.
We shall recover it someday. We shall. It's
Mhm.
just you get that. And while that happens, Cassie, there is the smell of pumpkin spice.
Yeah, yeah. There is definitely a bright smile as like some of the exhaustion lifts. And just
Thank you. I like doing that sort of thing. It's I've babysitted a couple of times, and it's always really fun seeing how excited they get about that. The pumpkin spice. Your magic
Mm-hmm.
smells like pumpkin spice.
That it does. I've got a few spells to my name nowadays. I admit I'm more the punchy hitty swing with the axe, but I got a few spells. Let me do another one of my spells. It's a cantrip. I apologize to your you mighty spellcasters. I'm learning. I'm trying. And she's doing it, hyping it up in the dramatics, and she does just do this little gestures with her hands, and there is also like the verbal under her breath, and then there are tiny orbs of pumpkin orange balls of light just slowly starting to float in the air. And there is more of that smell in spice.
Yeah, I'm going to say 16's enough for Chifley to know what that is, even though that was Rye's dice. Whoops. Let me use Chifley's dice. Hey, that's even better. Okay, 18.
Well, Cassie does not. That's a 5 on Arcana, so Cassie doesn't know what that is. I don't know whether. Yeah, I'll roll for Crystal. Might as well.
I'm also going to roll a perception, but that's completely different to all of this. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, no, Crystal knows what it is.
This is a nice. And I'm also just going to say here and now, just because it's not an insight roll that you guys have rolled, but it's a high enough roll, I'm going to let it. You can see this monkey is so privately pleased that she can cast magic like this. It's a cantrip, but it is something so deeply cool in her eyes.
Cantrips are perfectly respectable, detective. Dancing lights, right?
Yes! Yes, I can do bard magic. This is actually the first spell I learned.
You have
Just
healing
roll a
magic.
deception, 1 sec.
Yes, I do. I've got let's see. I've got cure wounds, and I got healing word, and I'm trying to understand more. Possibly, maybe in the future. I'm not too great at it, but I'm trying. And Jacques was a pickin' fantastic teacher, and Hattie is as well. And Gregory's helping me learn a bit more. He is the best. I am so lucky to have him.
But
And
you keep going.
also, I'm just saying here and now, a 15 deception does not beat Lynn's passive.
Yeah, when she said bard magic, he kind of went, yep. I'm just going to drink my tea and pretend I don't know anything about that.
Oh. Lynn wants to rock the boat on that so much, but she's going to listen to Cassie first.
No, that was all Cassie had to say was the healing magic, and was like listening to Lynn list them off. Though, actually, I will also roll a something. Ha! That's not going to be very high.
The roll I just did is a surprise tool that's going to help us later.
That's also a deception, which I don't think is like, I just didn't know what else to roll. But basically, I think Lynn will also pick up on the fact that Cassie did not seem like when Cassie said you had bard magic, that was not a question, that was a statement. Sorry, when you had when you have healing magic, that was a statement, not a question.
Yes. I admit I just used it on you, so... But you seem... What do you know, eh? And she's pointing at you, Cassie, just in the... It's no case day, but there is a detective hat coming slightly on as she's connecting dots. She's a good detective.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell there's like, now she is trying to hide it, but she's not doing very well because that was a 14. She looks a little bit bashful, and like she's not sure how to bring this up. Yeah, it's just
It well, you see, I might have some of it.
Some of... I'm gonna roll Lynn an investigation and hope she... Hey! Okay! When I say Lynn is a smart monkey, I do mean it. And there is a moment as she just raises an eyebrow at you, as she is saying, you have... Ah! Oh! The case, the incident, you know I have bard magic, thaumatur relation, loss of magic, relation to magic, absorbance of magic. I'm presuming this is related to all of that. You have a, especially with what Network was saying earlier, fragment of magic?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll a. You know what? I'm gonna roll an int to see how many people she's worked out she's got yet. You know, if she's yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say that's enough.
It's also
That's a flat 14. Yeah, I think I have some of all of the people who rescued me.
okay. So that would mean there's me, there's TOC, there's a fine cleric over there, Chifley. There's me, Gregory, Chifley, TOC, and that would be the trio. Actually, on that front, I don't actually know how you'd be able to figure this one out, but you know, do you know all of the people that you got?
No, I haven't figured it all out, but some of them are more obvious than others.
Okay, if you absorbed all of the magic, because I did read the reports after the fact, I don't know what spells she used on the day, but you might have magic from one of my informants. Her name is Morpha. She's absolutely peckin' fantastic. Her magic does slightly radiate unnatural energies, but I assure you it's perfectly fine, and she is going to be delighted if you do have it. She has a thing about mimicry.
I don't have a D2 to roll, so I'm gonna roll my D6, and then if it's a
Do
top-
odds and evens.
yeah, odds and evens. No, she has not found Morpha's magic yet. So
Gonna
It's-
Chifley a history.
so
No,
she
that's a 5.
shakes her head. I don't know. But I'm guessing I do, cause I know I have yours and Chifley's and
Mhm.
Tio's and no, hang on. Gregory's and Eeny, Miny, and Moe's. Those are the ones I've discovered so far.
Okay. It's most. I admit, Mira's spells are very few and far in between. She's more specialized in other areas, but if you do get it, don't panic. It is probably hers. You can always come to me on that front. We can get you help on that one if it is a bit too unnatural. But honestly, that's actually peckin' fantastic, kiddo.
It is?
Yeah. In peckin' heck, you got a nice little arsenal of spells from different people. That's marvelous. That's a very good talent of yours. Right?
It's been.
And hey, you've always got a part of us with you. Hey, hey.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to ever forget you guys.
I hope that's a good thing for you.
Yeah, it literally changes my whole design. So, yeah. I think it's a good thing.
Glad to hear it. If you ever need any help, I have I do have a network here, and if you ever need resources, I can get you in contact with some people. You've already talked to Gregory. Does he know?
Sorry, I think you cut out a bit at the start there. Was that a question?
Yeah. Does Gregory know? Because you already talked to him.
Yeah, I told him. I showed him his magic.
Well, he'll be a lot better at helping you than I am on that front. He is heckin' incredible at magic. I mean, of course he is. He's an absolutely fantastic wizard. He is so smart at all of it. It's great. He helped you out, didn't he, Rai? And
Mhm.
he's been you're still getting smushed. But
Yep.
he's talked to other people, and He's inventive. He's incredible on that front. I mean, his mind is stupendous, and also his heart is very encouraging. I love watching him work.
He can't bake though.
Oh, he can't bake. He can't bake and he can't cook. He's not allowed in my kitchen unless he's helpfully supervising. It's absolutely fantastic on that. He's ridiculous. He broke into part of the manor with his sibling Pip. They destroyed part of the kitchen, I think. He's not allowed in there anymore. I don't think Cara'd let them. And he's definitely not. He's allowed to help slightly in my kitchen. He's not allowed to do it himself. He'd probably make some other abomination. Oh God! No more food husbandry for him.
Does he steal things often?
Steal things? No. He's one to get up to mischief, I admit, but it's one of his good qualities. A good man.
He's just broken into a lot of places since I've met him.
Yeah. He commits a few things that are a bit outlandish, but the right reasons most of the time.
She's counting on her hand.
I've counted, including kitchen, 4 places he's broken into. That I know of.
It's part of. It's part of his charm. And there is a grin on Lynn's face and the eye roll of just, yes, that's him. That's her partner. She loves him. He's a dork. And she doesn't even just outright go, that's my picnic.
I know that's not all of the places that he's broken into and stuff, but I am just counting, like, he broke into the kitchen on the date, they all broke into the warehouse on the second part of the date, then he told Cassie that he broke into a museum to steal some artifacts, when they were catching up, and now, Lynn's mentioned
We're
the
all worried
kitchen.
about that. We're all worried about that.
Oh, goodness golly gosh.
One of these is not like the other.
Yeah.
But
actually, I think Cassie might say that, like, along the lines of
Yeah, the first time I met him, he broke into a kitchen and it turned out to be a bit of a disaster with the mail too.
I'll have to wrestle more stories out of him later when he comes over. That'll be good.
Yeah, he's not allowed to bake at all. I went over to help him with a cake once, and by the time I got there, he'd set it on fire and hadn't even put it in the oven yet.
Lynn's head is in her hand, and there is a loving grin just stretched across her face as she's imagining this. Just, oh my God. Just gods. She even under her breath goes, "This is my partner. This is my partner. I love him. He's an idiot. I love him. He is an absolute moron. I love him. Why is he like this?" Gods.
I think, like, Cassie's got those, like, sort of big eyes and just
You guys love each other a lot, don't you? He wouldn't
Of course
stop
I do.
talking about you either.
And I'm going to roll a deception. Oh my God, Lynn, that is the lowest deception I think she's ever rolled. Like, this is light-hearted and just, God, she's got a ridiculous modifier. I'm not going to lie. It's great. No, that actually, all of your passives will be 12. You outright, this is the softest thing of just, you see her, like, put her hands over her face and her entire fur has just fluffed up happily and just the
Pom pom in the house.
Exactly. Yeah. Why wouldn't I talk about him? He's my partner and he is the best. And I will shout it from the rooftops. I will do that. He has had to stop me from doing that once. But having Gregory in my life is one of the best things. We started off on the wrong foot, but I wouldn't change him or have anyone different.
He did mention something about being chased across rooftops.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a lot of people that way.
There is that awkward cough. the cough laugh. Yes, rooftop chases. He certainly caught my eye. We made quite the impression on each other, but we ended up at a coffee shop. That was interesting. I think I might have mildly terrified him with my coffee intake at the time.
Yes, we don't talk about your coffee intake at the time.
Yeah, I've sworn off it nowadays. It's terrible for my health. But on to other things, and I'm going to say one thing, which is great. Right?
Mhm.
You've been talking a lot easier in the past minute. Rye, would you mind rolling me a perception in the just a small perception? Let's see if you get it. And then Crystal as well.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I was waiting for that.
That is a 17 all up from Rye. I suspect this is a...
Wait, holy peg, where did Network go?
There is this wonderful moment of
Not as good as before, but it's lower.
being on you.
Yeah, Chif can't see her. That was a 4.
1 second.
I need to roll for Cassie too. I really want to know.
Nope.
Nope, that was a 9.
Marvelous. Marvelous on so many levels. Okay. So that is a 15 from Crystal, a 17. All right. So, right, it's taken you a minute. Because there was quite the dent on your chest when Network was bouncing and happy. And then you've been talking and it's just, wait, I'm talking way too freely. And you look down, Network is not on your chest. Network is not there. Network is not next to you. Network is not on the carpet. Network is not there. Network is just like, Cassie, you don't know any of this. I don't think Chifley's role. Chifley is in a conversation. Lynn is in a conversation. Crystal, there is a child that is right there on the arm of the sofa looking at you because the dancing lights that went up earlier have made you sparkly and pretty, and Network is just there. And Network does just reach out and put a hand on your arm and just go, come see Stella? Wine cellar? Very good.
Network!
I think there was was listening to the conversation, saw something out of the corner of her eye, turned, and then there's a child there, and there's that the little jump in the hello, and then the pat on the arm and come see the cellar, and just the
I think Rye's gonna get up and cross over because he got the highest roll. Cross over and just sort of grab Network by the tail and then just hold her up upside down.
No.
Wine, Casca Montedalo. Come see.
No. You are not allowed to keep people as shinies. No.
But shiny. Shiny.
No.
They're my brother and mine. Network shares? Network shares with my brother and mine? Shinies! And she's full on reaching with her little nubbin arms. It is the big puppy eyes, the big, which take up now It's gone from over half of her face to slightly more. She's doing her best to make her eyes big.
I think Rye's just going to look up at Crystal and
Under no circumstances allow her to take you to a secondary location, okay?
Noted. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here on this very spot and not move out of line of eyesight of at least one other person that is not Network.
There is just the little leg kickies. And Lynn does just look over and just go, Network, what have we talked about that people aren't shinies? What is Miss Crystal? Shiny! No!
I'm going to roll a persuasion for Rye.
I think Crystal is also gonna go, Cassie, stay within my line of sight as well. Just because she's got the wings. And those don't come off, or at least they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should not. Alright, Ryan got a 15 on this persuasion, so he's gonna hold Network up so they're eye to eye, and he's like,
If you leave Miss Crystal and Miss Cassie alone, I'm gonna make you a special aviation club shiny. Just like my badges on my coat. And he's gonna tap one of them. Okay?
Network is looking at your eyes, looking down at the badges, looking up at your eyes. Yes, please! Shinies!
That was a happy
Okay,
space
good.
roll. And I need to debate on what it is that Cassie is actually pulling out, because she does have a few different sparkly things. So I'm gonna roll.
what have you got in your hammer space, Chif?
And
Oh, I forgot you had that! Where's his hammer space? Hold on. Where's my D10? Where's Chifley's D10? There it is.
Cassie's pulled out some glow sticks.
Oh, you could be fucking kidding me.
Did he fumble? Did he fumble?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Alright. Fine, Chifley, be that way. This is going to be really funny. I wonder what is going to come out. Whoops. Bouncy.
I'm saying here and now, Network is doing the little prayer hands of the I am a saint. She does the full cross her heart and everything. She's upside down. She's doing the cross her heart little prayer hands. Just yes. She's on her best behavior. She's gonna get a shiny. This is even better than she had hoped.
Yeah. Cassie
Alright,
has
I'm just going to keep rolling these until I get
Cassie
the
has
thing
pulled
that he
out
wanted.
glow sticks and is like snapping one and like shaking it to hand and then handing it to like Network.
Oh, we've got a fumble chain happening over here, fam.
Oh God, bless you. Network.
Hey,
Network
there we
is
go.
absolutely waving this. Like she's still being held by Rye. She is waving the glow stick everywhere. Lynn is going to have to give her a talk on not eating it. 'Cause
Look, it was either that or the makeup that she has that is got glitter in it.
Okay.
This house, I kid you not, has 6 small vials of glitter because of 2 of the other cousins.
So
Little Sam and little Leo are little shits.
So Chifley had put his tea down and started digging in the pockets of his pants, and the first thing that he pulls out is, you know those metal foldable music stands so that you can unfold it and put your sheet music on? He pulls one of those out, and he's just sort of looking at it. Then he kind of just looks at his pants pockets, is like, yeah, that sounds about right for hammer space. It's like, how on earth did I get that in my pockets in the first place? Put that down, stick his hand back in, and then...
The drum kit that Cassie
the drum kit that Cassie pulled out of the hospital, yes. Who would like to roll me a perception real quick?
Yes.
We shall. That is... I'm not going to roll for Network because Network is having the time of her life.
Oh, that is not good, Crystal.
That
That's
is
even worse,
very
Cassie.
good, Lynn. That is top notch. Even though she's not on detective duty today, she's rolling well. That is a 23, I believe.
That's pretty terrible. Crystal has not taken her eyes off of Network, and Cassie thinks she's really adorable with the glow sticks.
Okay. Alright, so with the 11, I think that's Cassie with the 11. I think she's gonna notice the that anime shutter take where the outside border kind of goes jaggedy from the bottom all the way up to the top. Cassie, you would have just sort of noticed that shutter take just out of the corner of your eye, and that's it. Lynn, you would have seen that, but you also would have heard a sort of a splutch sort of noise as he put his hand back in his pocket and then just slowly pulled it out, and he has a handful of raspberry jelly just sort of dripping off of his gloved hand, and he's just like,
Oh, I can help.
Lynn.
Alright,
God.
yep, that was. She dives into her hammer space again, and she pulls out a fluffy pink towel that has what looks like tomato juice dried remains on it.
Do I want to know the context of this?
Killer vegetable monsters.
Was that another adventure involving Craigery?
No, it was wizards. It was at the farmers market in Toontown, and they were
Of course it was.
using some sort of magic device, and a child stole it and was getting it in all the produce and making monsters out of the produce.
Of course it was wizards. Of course, just... I am going to find that report later on and read it. I need a laugh.
So I think Chifley will accept the towel and just sort of clean his hand and then just sort of snap his fingers at it to clean it with prestidigitation and then hand it back.
Cassie's
One more attempt.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of these days I'll figure out where that's coming from. It's probably Missy, to be quite fair. And he's going to put his hand back in his pocket and then pull out what he was actually going in there for. And he's got a little plastic packet, which he cracks open and then pulls something out and offers it in pinched fingers to Network, and it's a sparkly pink hair tie.
And she's like, it is the slow reach. It's like, like in movies where there's the slow motion reach for something that is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Network has she's got the glow stick. She's going to put the glow stick around her neck. It's going to be big enough to fit. And then she's reaching out for this hair tie. She's smitten. This is the best day of her life. She is hugging it to her, and then it's just, thank you, Chifley, so cold.
You would get along with my sister all too well. She likes shiny things as well.
Time with shiny friend?
I don't know, that would necessarily be a good idea.
We'll talk about it. We'll pencil it in for another day. We'll talk about it later. And Lynn is just reaching over, and I still love how Network is still upside down.
Oh yes, right. Is still holding her by her tail.
But she's just the most content monkey ever. She's now curling around this hair tie. There's glow stick around her neck, and she's just curled up, just in comfortable monkey pose, just very, very happy.
Here, Network, give it here. I'll put it around your tail.
And she's just gonna roll in the hold and just shove it at him she wants it on her tail now.
I'm hoping that Network is pretty quick on the floating thing, because Rye's just going to straight up let go as he takes the hair tie from her.
For comedy's sake, there is the slight drop and everyone probably going, oh shit, and then this monkey is floating.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of you didn't realise this monkey could float.
Yeah.
Yeah, just loop the hair tie around a few times around the just near the round curl, the tight curl at the end of the tail. So there's just this little band of pink sparkly there now.
Aw.
She is going to spend the next 2 minutes chasing her tail. It's just like she's doing loop-de-loops. It is an unseen servant, and so she's basically staying in one spot, but she's doing loop-de-loops and spins and all of that sort of stuff in like a ball of a tornado trying to catch her own tail.
You've made her very, very happy. Thank you.
Ah, pick and bless her. This is you guys are wonderful guests. Like if there was grading for guests, you guys are getting an A star plus star. This is fantastic. This is nice. We should do this more often.
It is nice to be able to have a day that is not so hectic, especially after everything that's happened. I'm sorry that I don't have anything shiny to offer the network myself.
Trust me, you being here is more than enough. And Lynn is actively fighting the laugh in that.
Yeah, there's another raised eyebrow, and so I have noticed.
She's a little bit of a magpie. You gotta keep an eye on her.
Yes. There have been interesting incidents with this little rascal. But honestly, I'm glad she's getting along with people. It's been a good year on the connections. But anyway, I realize we are almost out of tea, and I did not bring out the biscuits. I didn't bring out biscuits. The peckin' heathen. Right. In fact, actually, have you guys had food recently?
I don't know. Have they had food? I mean, they did get a little bit lost coming here, so.
Yeah, I feel like they've probably missed lunch.
Especially, I'm guessing like Cassie might have like dragged them out of the house before they could have gotten food, and then they got lost. So probably not.
It's just this collective bashful from the three of them.
Right. You three are staying today. We are going to have a nice lunch. I am going to get the chili, and you can have biscuits afterwards if you like. But honestly, this is a good way. This is a good way to cap things off today. We've had guests. We have done a socialization.
This has been a very successful no cases day.
I know. It's great. I love it.
I think.
They're very important. Very important.
Indeed. It's pecking fantastic. I'm gonna
no-
get a good grade in my therapy talk tomorrow.
I think Crystal is gonna you can tell by her expression that she's only like there's a slight tilt of her mouth that like she delivers this line completely deadpan, but there's a slight tilt to her mouth that says she is joking, and she says, "Food sounds wonderful, but it's not going to be made out of dead people, is it?"
Lynn, full on signature stagehand cackle at that. Oh, she likes you. Oh, she likes you. Just no nonsense. I mean, the carrot patch.
I should see if Asclepius will let me plant tomatoes there next to the tea.
Ooh, interesting.
Then we can pull that gag on twice this many people.
Marvelous. All right.
Well,
Someone-
tomatoes
wait.
do tend to grow
I'll
anywhere.
bring the food down. Indeed, they're hardy little mother peckers. All right, but I'll bring the chili downstairs because you're not at all except for you, Cassie. You are a perfect height. Never change. The other two of you, you're tall as peck, and I could possibly seat you at my table, but your knees are gonna bump into shit. Unless we can use the table I used with Craigery. Yeah, but and she's just gonna go upstairs and get the chili. And is there anything else we wanted to do in this FPS?
I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I've got nothing. Although I am kind of picturing Network trying to force feed Chifley because he's obviously still too cold.
Yes, there is straight up gonna be like Lynn's getting the chili ready, and you're all seated at the table, and the Network is gonna come over with a giant bowl of soup, literally balanced on her head, and just shove it at him. Not in the it's gonna spill everywhere, but in the feast cold one.
Crystal has prestidigitation at the ready for that going horribly wrong.
I don't have a set of dice for Missy, so I'm just going to use Chifley's dice, and I'm just going to do some odds and evens. Odds, yes. Evens, no. Okay, that's evens. Boring. Okay, never mind then.
Oh.
Was wondering whether or not Missy had done something similar, but no. No. There was too much going on when he had his redesign. She was not thinking about soup.
His soup is fresh from the soup stall.
Oh
but
dear.
Yeah, we get a soft way out. We get Network having the time of our life with so many shinies and shiny people. Lynn and Rai have had a good interaction. This has been a good soft day.
Yeah, it's been nice.
And no one ended up in the wine cellar, which we don't have.
I mean, is there always a, like, is it one of those things where it's like it doesn't always exist, but when it does...
oh no, straight up, Network learned the phrase, like, go into the wine cellar from Kara So Spooky, and was totally just going to try and convince Crystal to go into her hammer space.
It's where all the other shinies are.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
Oh dear Lord. This has been absolutely brilliant. I love you both so much.
There's a hoot.
Oh, this was so fantastic and very soft, and I love it.
Indeed.
Oh gosh. We managed 6 characters alright. That was fine.
Oh! By the way, Whis, before we forget, you want to roll for Hattie on the thing?
Oh shit, yeah. Alright, hold on, let me get Hattie's dice.
Last thing before we sign off.
I haven't had a chance to charge his dice, but we'll see what happens anyway. That is a 19 on the dice. Where's his character sheet?
So he's not getting his butt kicked.
No, not apparently. Little Hadrian Wingless Buzz Brain Stagehand.
Because Hattie today, so that we weren't having a 3-2-2, is out with the sketches, having a fun time, having his head kicking Cop in the head and getting walloped in return. It's a great time for them. It's enrichment.
Enrichment.
You've got to give your dragonfly enrichment.
You've got to give your dragonfly enrichment. It's critical. What modifier are we adding to this? Anything, or is it just straight dice numbers?
Go with attack just for funsies, because he'll be on the attack on all of stuff.
Oh, okay. That's a 19 plus 3, so that makes it to 22.
I just rolled on the thing for Cop because I know he's got a +6.
Mm-hmm.
He got a 21.
Oh.
Yes! Continuing the trend of Hattie winning when Lynn's not around, but anyway.
Yes. I have a feeling that these two are
going
to go start a bar fight somewhere.
You know what, that's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question. Hattie's literally been present when one of the other sketches instigated a bar fight for funsies. He shall learn the fine art of how and when to instigate a bar fight for profit.
Splendid.
But marvellous. Everyone wins. Hooray!
Fantastic.
Oh dear. Well, I suppose we should say goodbye to our lovely audience.
Right. Bye-bye, lovely audience.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.